You know, I always told my students that they should study chemistry because if they've got problems, then chemistry has all the solutions for them. But do we have the solutions to the corrupt hearts? This silent run didn't, although I gotta say, this was one of my actually favorite runs of the year so far. This scrappy Silent who was trying her best to master the Parasite Curse with 2 copies. Because with Runic Dome and the Writhing Mass, it just happened that we got 2 curses and there wasn't much I could do about it. Alas, we couldn't quite cut it against the heart, didn't quite have the damage to kill it, although we could almost survive long enough to stay in the game. Had our Incense Burner been set a little bit more correctly in the late game fights, I think we might have actually had this run, but we weren't able to stall against Onudeka because we had 4 health left. So, and that was actually the theme of this run. With a little bit more optimization, this run would have been completely successful, but because it was always one step away from death, we always had to make last-minute back-foot decisions to stay alive. And that ultimately caused us to bite the dust in the end, if only at the game's final step. Really fun run. Snapback History, thanks for the gifted sub. First time watching live. The YouTube runs got you through some hard mornings with a brand new baby. Oof, I can imagine. It's a really tough time in this world to have a very young kid. So I'm glad to have been able to make your time a little easier there. Well, also put some losing runs on YouTube. No, ultimately. Losing runs, bar very rare exceptions, don't make it to YouTube, other than the archives, which do have a full log of everything that we stream, basically unedited. This is a sort of discussion I have with my editor, Riley. I give a lot of creative control of the YouTube to my editor in order to be able to, I guess, ride the wave, so to speak, and create a sustainable community for myself. And unfortunately, this is kind of one of those things we disagree on. Going by the pure numbers, losing runs don't make for great content, unfortunately. So I don't tend to put them on YouTube for that reason. They just don't perform well, and that's the classic problem, right? Not niche products or niche content is a tricky thing in this modern world. But I'm glad we get to have them in the live stream. My heart and soul always lives on Twitch. The live content really is what matters to me. K9 Mancer says, Jorbs has a losing run where he dominated the entire game except one bad turn and the heart killed him. We've had similar runs. We had a recent run where I was dominating the whole game and then one bad turn and Gremlin Leader killed me. That could happen as well. Or there was another run that almost died or did die because of one bad transient turn. Can't remember if those were both Watcher runs. But something I did talk about briefly last stream. The really tricky thing about Slay the Spire and trying to evaluate a card in Slay the Spire is a run of this game involves passing through all of the different deck checks in order. You have to get through Gremlin Knob, then the Act 1 boss, then Act 2 hallway fights, Act 2 elites, Act 2 boss. All of these checks in that order. And if you fail any check by a sufficient amount, the run is over. Period. So cards are often only as good as they are in their worst case scenario. And that's where cards like Escape Plan. Can I find the other silent run that died? We had 2 escape plans on one of these runs. Hello? Oh, there it is. 0 cost, draw 1 card if you draw a skill, gain 3 block. A lot of times have I seen the question, why would you not add this card to your deck if given the opportunity? Isn't it strictly beneficial to have it? Because it's 0 cost, draw 1. And the answer is that in a theoretical neutral state, which never exists in Slay the Spire, to be clear, then this card is always beneficial from a theory crafting standpoint. But I would actually discourage theory crafting in Slay the Spire because the game is such a context-sensitive one that you really do have to consider that you're always in a position that you got to from some point and is heading to a future point. And in Slay the Spire, at least the way we play on the channel, A20 heart runs, that means you must pass 2/3 of the time through Time Eater fight and 3/3 of the time through the Corrupt Heart fight. And both of those are fights where escape plan is not necessarily going to be a good one. There's some other specific bad uses for escape plan that I don't talk about more generally, like you don't always want to draw one because it may reshuffle your deck at an inopportune moment, or you don't always want to have to draw one to get the full information of what's in your hand, because maybe you've got a buffer stack that you can't afford to lose, or the first card you play matters, maybe ink bottles on a specific number. There's a whole bunch of different reasons that you may not actually want to play the escape plan immediately, and therefore it might be restricting your information. It's complicated. Any other quality of life changes I'd like to see added to the base game? I'd like the ability to get a reward for skipping relics. I think you should get 25 or 50 gold if you skip a relic from an elite or something. That'd be a nice little quality of life thing. Some have suggested being able to sell items at shops, but I would prefer you simply get money for skipping them in the first place. Have I tried the board game of Spire? I tried it over Tabletop Simulator. It's got a lot of moving parts. Seems like a pretty lengthy experience, especially for newer players. But for those who are Spire obsessed or really like collaborative deck building, it seems like it's going to be a really good time. I am indeed wearing a different pair of glasses today. They're not new in the sense that you would normally consider an object to be new, but they're new to the stream, certainly. I haven't worn this pair on stream prior. What's Tabletop Simulator? That's a game on Steam. I think you might be able to get it through other means. But it's essentially a 3D physics simulator, which is used to recreate board games and can be done in multiplayer as well. So you could have a 3D model of a chessboard with 3D modeled chess pieces on it and use a digital hand to interact with that. No, it's not free. It's like $20 or $30, and you can have it goes on sale occasionally. There's a lot of Steam Workshop content, which includes the Slay the Spire board game. That's Steam Workshop content. So if you have the base Tabletop Simulator, it will be you can play the Slay the Spire board game in it for free. It's on sale right now. So if you want to try the Slay the Spire board game yourself, then buying Tabletop Simulator and installing the Slay the Spire board game via the Steam Workshop will let you try it out and play it yourself. It's pretty cool. Offset says you can usually get 4-packs for $35 during sales for you in a gaming group. San Ross, thanks for 4 months of support. Do I like the card changes in the board games? I think most of the cards are converted in a way that makes a lot of sense. And then there's a few, at least last time I saw, that are a little bit less well translated or less well done. With the big one that I saw being Blasphemy is a one that I can point to that's probably needs a revision in the board game. Which makes sense, right? A die next turn card is not something you'd want in the board game, because if any one character dies, the entire party loses the run. So having the watcher kill the entire party by playing Blasphemy would of course be a ridiculous thing to include. You wouldn't want that. But what they chose to have Blasphemy do, last I saw, was... Where's the card? Let's look at the actual card in game. One high praise I do have for the board game, by the way, is that the card art is just directly transliterated from the video game. So you have actual cards that look like the cards of Slay the Spire, and that's very, very cool. That's very, very cool. Anyway, what Blasphemy does in the Slay the Spire board game is the disadvantage is you exhaust your draw pile, which is problematically not necessarily a downside. and it's definitely breakable. I think it also lets you do probably easy infinite combos on Watcher in the board game. Infinite combos are possible to do in the board game, at least with the rules as written. Depending on your group of people, you may or may not like this, because it can result in a game state where one player has infinite output and is therefore able to trivialize any challenge, except for the time eater, who's even worse in the board game, by the way. You're just straight up limited to 3, 4, or 5 cards on your turn, depending on what turn it is. And that's it. You get 3 cards on one of the turns. Good luck. Good luck. But anything other than Time Eater can be melted pretty much instantly by an infinite in the board game. If, my suggestion to you, if you're in the position of playing the board game, infinite combos are happening, and you feel like the fun is being sapped out, then a Dominion-style rule is the solve here. In the game Dominion, you can't have infinite combos because cards don't leave play until your turn is over. So a card doesn't go to the discard pile when you play it. It goes to the play zone, and only at the end of turn do all the cards in the play zone go to the discard pile. This means you cannot, by any means, play the same card twice in the same turn. Nor can you redraw into cards, period. Once you've drawn and played every card in the draw pile, then your turn has to end. And so I'd suggest that house rule if you're having problems. Or play like that. Anyhow, that's all hypothetical. What I like about the video game version of Slay the Spire is that because your opponents are AI and it's a single-player game, there's no need to restrict or balance any of the gameplay elements for the fun or convenience of any one side. Champ doesn't care if I spend 30 minutes slowly building up 999 Metallicize to dunk on his face. I'm just allowed to do that, and it makes for good content, too. Did I beat the heart in the board game? Yes, I did have one session where I was able to do that. I did end up recording that, but decided ultimately not to post it to YouTube because it was a very long piece of content. It's like six and a half hour long game session to do that. Did I finish the 400 wins challenge? We sure did. Going to be doing a data analysis of that later this month. And it was quite the celebration on screen when it happened. So video game skills translate to the board game pretty well. Yes, I would say that habits from the video game will serve you mostly pretty well in the board game. Things like removing your starter cards, limiting the number of cards that you add to the deck, and seeking out important upgrades. Okay, maybe put that on the Archive and Variety channel. I'll have a look through the hard drive. See if I kept that. It's a really big file, so I don't know if I did. But yes, that would fit on the Archive channel. Got your first 820 horrible deaths to the heart the other day. Congrats, Painzor, on making it past the Shield and Spear. That's how I'm going to phrase that. Those two are jerks, especially on 820. So beating them for the first time, take that as a victory. Now you just have to master the art of getting to the heart with enough resources to have a hope of winning. And then once you've done that enough times, maybe one time it'll work out that you do actually win. Good luck. Good luck. Can't stress it enough, beating the heart is a crazy added challenge to Slay the Spire. I think of it as 15 added Ascension levels. So A20 plus heart, that's Ascension 35. Ascension 1 with heart, just as difficult as Ascension 15. The way I look at it, step back history, is that you have two options. You can climb the normal ascensions, or you can try climbing hard ascensions. So you could try to work to A20 on your own, or what I would suggest is start back at Ascension 1. Try to beat the heart on that difficulty, and if you could do that, you can move up ascensions with heart and see how that feels. If you try to climb up the ascension ladder as high as you can go and then try to add heart, you're going to have a very difficult time and a very high failure rate if you do that. A20 is tough, and it's taken me a very, very long time, 6,000 plus hours now of Slay the Spire before I could even dream of winning half of my runs against A20 heart. What is the difference between options 1 and 3 here? A random rare card versus choosing one of 3 is the difference here. So if we pick a random rare card, we just get a random defect rare added to our deck immediately, with no chance to decline or choose. If we pay 99 gold, instead we get 3 different rare cards. They have to be different, shown to us at the same time. We can choose one of the 3, or we can choose none of them and skip if we really don't like our options. Pretty good investment of 99 gold, quite frankly. But I don't completely hate random rare during the Mastery Challenge. I think we are going to pick that bonus with some frequency, because not only does it give us potentially a rare card that we want to master going forward, it also means we don't take the downside of the third option, and that's kind of nice. Do I suggest any content mode for Spire beside Downfall? I would suggest, off the top of my head, the Bard, the Artist, the Hierophant, as far as characters go. I would also consider the mods Endless Spire and Replay the Spire. Those are both mods that add a lot of different relics and cards. I think at least one of those 2 mods also interacts with the endless mode of Spire. So if you like the idea of Spire's endless mode but don't like how it's implemented, there are mods the community has created to make it a lot more interesting. Have I played the mobile version of Spire? No. Generally speaking, I try not to use my phone for game purposes to avoid the black hole of my own time that would create. But I've also heard that there are some persistent bugs on the mobile version that are, I think, just going to be never fixed. Some of which are good. For example, the Ring of the Snake. The Ring of the Serpent draws 2 cards per turn instead of 1 on the mobile version, and I don't think that'll ever get fixed. Good but dangerous. Exactly, Monk. Dangerous. If I have Spire on mobile, how will I ever get off of the toilet, you know? More worryingly, what if I could stream from the toilet and we no longer required breaks? Yeah, toilet stream when? Exactly. I think I'm going to take the random rare, by the way. What do we get? A buffer. See, I could have paid 99 gold for that buffer, but now it's free. I could capture the elusive chronic Crohn's sufferer audience with my toilet streams for the vibes. They'll be right at home. Sabin, thanks for the 18 months. Second baby has arrived. But where am I support? Well, actually, you're sending me a support check right now, I suppose. So thank you. Thank you for the child support payment. That's what I should call the 9-month subs, huh? So, with buffer in hand, elites are a little bit less threatening. Looking at the map, I like a path something like this. Get an early fire, and then we can take as many as 3 elites here. Either of these paths look pretty good. Especially with our bonus 99 gold, that one looks pretty good. Slime boss with a buffer plus shouldn't be too troublesome. Heck, the elites with a buffer plus won't be too troublesome either. And we hit our sub goal. Heck yeah, 1,000 out of 1,000. So, here's my plan for the rest of the week then. Tomorrow, Friday, we'll make a modded and community day. A celebration of another incredible round of support. Cannot believe how often that sub goal below me fills up. It's pretty wild. Just how big this community has grown and how well it allows me now to support myself doing this full time. such that I can say with confidence I'll be here 5 years from now, for sure, doing what I'm doing because of all of you. And that's also thanks to the YouTube, the incredible success of the YouTube, which has now become the bigger half of the Baylor recipe, I guess you'd call it. Still crazy to me. The YouTube gets more views. In 2022, the YouTube got over 2 million views total, which is mind-boggling to me. The Baylor Lord Empire. The Baylor Lordship. The Ledgero, thanks for the Prime sub. Giving me those Bezos bucks. Mother says, I always take the max number of elites. What's your reason against the 4 elite path here? Yeah, in long and short, it is many times not feasible on A20. It's possible if things go well to tackle these 4 elites and win. But without perfect draws or at least continually helpful rewards, like we need the first elite to drop a relic that... Whoops, I'm sorry. Getting too aggressively gesturing with the hands here and slapping my mic like a fool. Deep breath. So, if you don't get a relic from the first elite that helps you with the second, then the second drops one that helps you with the third, it's easy to run out of hit points, especially on A20 when going through a gauntlet like this. I think grabbing an early upgrade could really make it better. That said, I often do mark an optional path sometimes like this. My personal preference, above all, is to keep my options open. We take a path that splits, and based on what we've found in the combat so far, you know, if I've got a Sunder and a Beam Cell and a Fire Potion, I'm going to go for 2 elites. And if I don't have those things, I'm probably going to choose the upgrade instead. Hyroz says, how do you master a card like Bash or Zap without wasting Dolly's Mirror on it? We're going to have to waste duplications on quite a few cards for this mastery challenge. That's part of the fun. If you're trying to do a mastery challenge like this on your own, I strongly recommend requiring only 1 copy of the card. That's what Monster Train requires, but I decided to make it 2 because I'm a madman. Some cards we can get additional copies in other ways, like Zap we can get an extra copy of via the Match and Keep event. However, Dual Cast we cannot get a copy of in the same way, so that card will have to duplicate some way. Oh good, okay, we can buffer here. Good job, buffer. Block a full 12. So already our random rare card has saved us some hit points. That's very encouraging. So excited for the second Mind Blast, as you should be. Early Streamline is quite reasonable. Streamline does pretty good damage and gets cheaper each time you play it. I really like an early Streamline on my Defect runs. It's a very breakable card. Potion Chance mod is called Info mod. Great question, Twitch chat. Dolly's Mirror is definitely going to be MVP of the challenge. By definition, any card we duplicate is eligible for mastery. FBI's Unhost Unwanted, thanks for the 40 months. I wish I could customize the exact ranges you get badges on, and we could actually have metric year badges, but it's not how Twitch works, so I can't do it. Can't do it. I'll take a Streamline. As Sneaky Teak once put it, Streamline is the key to the elites of Act 1. It unlocks the elites of Act 1, more accurately. Allows you to tackle them with relatively little damage taken. You can also go block card first on Defect, although I don't really recommend it going into elites, and definitely don't recommend it with the buffer in our deck here. So that leap wasn't unviable. And this one isn't unviable either, although I might prefer a Cold Snap. It's another attack card, gives us an early Frost Orb. Something I don't often choose to do on stream, but don't sleep on, the power of the Cold Snap upgrade. It's a basic damage upgrade that's on a card you'll want to play all run long. You want the damage immediately for any fight that's short, and you want the Frost Orb for any fight that's long. Yo-Yo, thanks for the 16 months of support. Nurkit, thanks for the 17 months. Chat's counting together. Certified Streamline Enjoyer, that's me. Occultist. Do I buffer? Or I simply strike 3 times. Let's use the buffer here. And that way we can just streamline strike this turn. And that we should kill. I think we kill next turn then. Yeah, because dual cast strike is 16 plus 6 is 22. Beautiful. Another flawless fight. We're offered Bullseye, Recursion, or Rip and Tear. Huh. Skippable options, but also takeable uncommons here. The Bullseye makes our lightning orbs hit a little bit harder, which is not that important currently with the cards we have, but potentially useful, especially against Gremlin. Bullseye dual cast is a thing. Or Rip and Tear offers more raw upfront damage, but has the detriment of being randomly targeted. Is there a reason to skip Rip and Tear? The main reason to skip Rip and Tear would be wanting to avoid too many attacks syndrome. Get too many attacks in your deck and you can be in a really bad position long term, but right now it is pretty good. The random targeting is going to be problematic potentially in the Slime Boss fight, but I'm not too worried about Slime Boss. There's a few other fights where it's unreliable. It doesn't turn us around in the Shield and Spear fight. Meanwhile, Bullseye can remove artifact layers from enemies, which can be important for other debuff cards. None of which we currently have, but this is a nice card to pair with Beam Cell and Go for the Eyes in a Defect deck, for example. Was old Bullseye changed because it was too strong, too weak, or too uninteresting? I think too weak, because it was only useful in fights with more than one enemy, and it only mattered some of the time. Old Bullseye forced Dark and Lightning Orbs to target the enemy with the debuff on them. Old Bullseye had the same picture. I'll take this Rip and Tear. I think it's reasonable. And we get offered Remove Transform Upgrade. So this is one of the things that could let us go Red Path here, is getting an early upgrade. If we have upgraded Buffer, Red Path looks way more takeable, doesn't it? Can also use this opportunity to transform a strike card. But I think sneaking the upgrade on Buffer is a great idea right now. Let's do it. Let's see what we get here. Potions. Strength Potion, Explosive Potion. Okay, so, hence the power of optionality. What does it take for the elites to be better than the upgrade? Well, you need lots and lots of damage. And we have not only lots of damage, but we have an upgraded Buffer. So, Red Path, yes indeed, unlocked. Am I going into runs with an idea of what I want to master? No, and in general with Slay the Spire, I think it's a bad idea to try to go into a run with an idea of what you want to create. If you start a run of Silent and you're like, I want to build shivs on this run, it's a valid way to play the game, but you will ultimately limit your options. Spire is under no obligation to show you a single Shiv card. You really have to be able to roll with the punches and adjust to the random outcomes, because the game will not mediate or be merciful. Was Rip and Tear picked? Why? For early damage. Now that we have Rip and Tear and a Strength Potion, this elite shan't be a problem. Though I do want to lead Streamline. Looks like I'm not going to. We want to get Buffer in play. Do some other stuff. Playing Buffer Plus means we take no damage whatsoever during the first 2 hits. That's huge. I think we might even be able to do this without using the Strength Potion. That's huge. We're at 50% potion chance, so I'll probably use it. Alright, so here's why we took Rip and Tear. 9 damage to a random enemy twice. That's why we took Rip and Tear. I'm going to strike over dual cast, since we get to keep these orbs. Now we can dual cast. Bonk. Zap and strike do the same damage. Doesn't matter. Yeah, I don't think we actually needed the Strength Potion to to get the kill before the fight ended, but that's okay. Ow. Huh. Those are some options. How do you calculate your current potion chance? Your potion chance has a base of 40% at the beginning of the game. Every time a combat ends, if you get a potion, it goes down by 10%. If you didn't get a potion, it goes up by 10%. So your potion chance is always being adjusted by the game. Yeah, these are all slow cards. I might consider Hello World. That's actually a very good card against Slime Boss, generating a random card each turn, and would allow us to stop adding common attacks, by and large. I think we could add block cards from here, a leap, a charge battery. Let's do it. I like to think of Hello World as a draw card. In the early game, Hello World can actually be incredibly useful because, believe it or not, Defect common cards are pretty good. On average. Not sure I want to play Buffer here. We could go Buffer and Cold Snap, or I can kill one louse with Streamline and then play Defend, take 1. This is not a situation, I think, that merits a potion. We're only taking 1 damage at most. We don't even have to take that 1 damage. And I'd much rather have the Explosive Potion for a 3 Sentries or potential Gremlin Knob fight coming up. I think we do it this way. Just kill 1. You get weakened, and then this turn shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, defend, rip and tear. Perfect. No need to take any damage at all. Strike plus dual cast kills. Oh, whoops. Not if I do it in that order. That was not correct. I forgot that one hadn't popped its curl up yet, so -1 for that gaff there. Excuse me. Ash Claire, thanks for the full year of support. There's our potion. Ooh, we're offered Rip and Tear or, Beam Cell or Ball Lightning. Probably want Beam Cell to pair with these cards. It's also a nice 0-cost card, whereas the Ball Lightning gives us another Lightning Orb. Highly recommend avoiding Capacitors that you see in Act 1. Capacitor is a very slow card on the Defects. Not only are you paying energy and a card draw to gain more orb slots, but those more orb slots will prevent you from evoking your orbs. Meaning you have to have the combat go for more turns in order for the capacitor to pay off. I'll take the Beam Cell. Makes me wish I'd taken the Bullseye a little bit. That's okay. Oh, the payoff. Beam Cell Streamline, turn 1. Let's go. Give me the buffer next turn, please. Or perhaps even better yet, 2 turns from now. Please don't give it to me never. That would be really bad. Do I have to play the dual cast in the event that the buffer is on the bottom? We always draw at least 3 attack cards next turn, right? We could draw Zap, Cold Snap. Well, if I don't draw 3 strikes, I draw the buffer. Yeah, so we always get either 3 strikes or buffer. If I play the dual cast, Gremlin Knob goes to 39 minus 16, 23 health. 3 strikes brings it to 18. Yes, that would be a kill. So I can take 11 and guaranteed be fine. Or if I don't play the dual cast, what happens? We bring it to 36, 33 next turn, 33 minus 18. No, we get absolutely smashed if we draw strike, 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 zap, cold snap, Hello World, anything that doesn't contain the buffer. Okay, let's dual cast then. We'll take 11, and we guaranteed get out of this fight. So we get both the 3-strike draw and the buffer. That lets us keep the potion, which is quite nice. That's the other thing with the take 11, is that we get to keep the potion. Yeah, 3 strikes or buffer. Right, in any world where we don't get the strike draws, we do get the buffer draw. Do I actually play Zap over Cold Snap? I do, right? Because it does at minimum 6 damage and is better if I draw the dual cast again. Alright, GG. Not bad. Gets an Ancient Tea set, giving us 2 energy after visiting a rest site. And one of my favorite cards on this character, personally, Hologram, can allow us to return a card from the discard pile. Very good with Beam Cell, very good with Streamline. Or another Cold Snap. Definitely going to take a Hologram here. Hologram often wants to be upgraded, and I think it's perfectly okay to just spend your upgrades on it. Blue Candle lets us play unplayable curses. This doesn't seem like a run where I'm going to want that, especially not with Buffer. So, seems like a pretty good opportunity to take our blue key. Definitely not the relic we were hoping for in the shop. Gotta say, I'm currently leaning more towards the path with the store, especially because of the courier here. I'd like to visit one store early-ish. Maybe get a remove, purchase a relic or something. Yeah, great for mastering curses, for sure. You still gotta win the run. That alone is apparently very difficult. Yeah, I'm gonna avoid that Burning Elite for now, although I often think Burning Elite Act 1 is the correct choice. I want that store. What about events? How bad do I want events? The events could be a store. And I think I'm strong enough to beat Slime Boss without spending my money at the shop. Having the courier incentivizes me to visit fewer shops. Okay, alright, I've talked myself out of this path. Let's go this way. Let's do it. It's actually the elite I'm most afraid of, I think, overall. A lot of our damage is randomly targeted, so these 3 sentries can be very tricky. The buffer is also a lot less effective here. To that end, I'm going to deploy the Zap and the Rip and Tear, play only 1 defend here, short myself a little bit of life to get a bit more damage deployed. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough. Unless the lightning orbs have mercy on us? No, it's not even enough. Take 15. I'm fine with that. We can rest if we need to. Buffer and Hello World are very tempting. That protects us for the next 2 turns because we guaranteed kill this next turn. Could also hologram something like the Beam Cell. No, let's just put the powers in play. I can dual cast and then streamline if we don't kill this one. Or I can streamline strike, keep the lightning orb. Keep the lightning orbs. Streamlines in the discard pile, good. Is there a way to optimize this? Hologram, streamline, I have 1 more energy after that. Zap alone won't be enough. I gotta do it this way. So any 1 strike will be enough. Sweeping Beam does it. Good. Okay. 24 health is still pretty good. We got a Guria, allowing us to lift at rest sites to gain strength, making our attacks do more damage permanently. And we're offered an Echo Form, a Charge Battery, and a Rainbow from the Elite. Wow. Nova Chip, thanks for 4 months and the good luck wishes. Yeah, funny you suggest that, Heligonian. That's actually what Bullseye used to do. And it was changed away from that. I think because it was only useful in some fights. Let's take an Echo Form. This doesn't quite feel like a rainbow run, although it's not a bad rainbow. Echo Form's very rewarding with Buffer, with Streamline, and with a few other things we have. Very good against Slime Boss, too. And heck it, I've got, this is either a Burning Lagavulin, which will be very easy with these expensive powers, or a Burning Gremlin Knob, which should be relatively easy, as long as we draw Buffer not on the bottom, and Echo Form not on the bottom. So I'm going to lift here. Let's gain strength. That is a 109 hit point Gremlin Knob. Okay. Failed to draw Echo Form correctly. Not sure about Buffer. Kind of spooky here. Please draw the Buffer. Dang. I think we're dead. We did not draw Buffer. Or Streamline. Or Beam Cell. But the good news is, we've already established that Act 1 deaths cause us to run back the same character. And I talked myself into this path too. And we get to further reply to the question, why don't you just path through the max elites on A20? Because sometimes you get Gremlin Knob, that's why. There's no way to do 53 damage this turn. Is there any way to survive this hit? Doesn't look like it. Not even with the energy potion. YouTube Baylor would have won this. That's true, he would have figured it out. Turbo defend, hologram defend. Problem is, the Gremlin Knob gets very strong when we do that, right? It's now doing 42 damage, and we're not blocking for very much. Bonk. He's so angry. GG. GG. Would have survived if we'd rested there instead of lifting. Oh well. We run it back. We run it back. Much worse act layout this time. That's unfortunate. But can't have a worse run than one that dies. Take the snipe here. I'll go first card Bullseye. I think first card Bullseye is quite good. It's a very good attack by all Defect standards. As long as you still have your starting stuff. Sure. Let's do Warp Tongs. We haven't mastered these yet. That's a very early Warp Tongs to be offered. We don't get a free Elite, though. But we do get a Regen Potion, and man, I am an Equilibrium believer here. As much as Ball Lightning is an amazing first card, Equilibrium is a favorite of mine on this character, letting us retain our hand for a whole turn. And I particularly like it paired with Rebound, allowing us to put a card back on top. I think that's going to pair really well with the Warp Tongs, specifically. Do I pay for a Beam Cell or a Charge Battery? Or a Compiled River? I am willing to pay for a Beam Cell in this situation. Maybe I should have just taken a potion, but I'm willing to pay for a Beam Cell. Have I ever gotten close to a boss knight with Lamed? Not personally. There are seeded runs you can play that do snipe the boss in Act 1. But I've never had it happen to me randomly. Zagasu, why did the Defect doze off in class? They were circuit bored. Look at the free dual cast, that seems helpful. Some extra damage in there. Perfection. Please perish. think about using the regen potion still. We weren't missing enough health at the start of this fight for it to be a smart choice, but now we are. But I think the fight might end soon. Well, actually. No, it won't. Might as well cash it in now while the going is good. Akapanak, thanks for 42 months. It is the meaning of everything. Missed 1 health, that's completely fine. We get a meal ticket healing us at shops. Fortunately, we just left the shop, but there'll be more in the future. And a focus potion, and a ball lightning to go with that focus potion. There's our ball lightning. Ball lightning, bullseye, beam cell, let's go. The damage. That's part of actually why I picked the equilibrium over the ball lightning. Equilibrium is a much rarer card to see, and I put it at a premium there, personally. If I'm going to fight this Burning Elite, we need another reward before we do that. Let's fight another fight here. The Blue Slaver. Very well. I will face you. Give me a cold snap or something, hey? Ooh, you're dead. Super dead. Oh. Fighting Hexaghost. Yeah, I'm gonna take that. Hyper Beam does enormous damage to all enemies. Doubly so on turn 1 with Bag of Marbles here to cause all enemies to be vulnerable. So that's 39 damage on turn 1, and if we upgrade it, it'll be 51. That will be our next upgrade. Enormous damage. I'll be passing on this turn, though. Now you're talking. Ooh. Probably we just play Hyper Beam twice to win. It's a shame we didn't draw Beam Cell Rebound Hyper Beam, as that would actually instantly win this fight. We could opt for Beam Cell, Bullseye, Strike, let the Lightning Orbs participate, but I don't think we care about them. When I can just do 51 damage. Alright, draw the Hyper Beam again, I dare you. Yeah! Got him! Get a Singeing Bowl. There's that second Cold Snap I asked for, but now that we can Singe, I think I'll just take the max health. Upgrade Beam. These enemies are instantly killed by Beam. Hey. Where's my Beam? Beam Cell. Yeah, I guess we do have that one. But I feel like that card is selling us short. Just one time. Thank you. Hello? And yeah, it's a singing bowl. I'm kind of playing on the fact that they're not homophones. What's the word when two words are spelled the same, pronounced differently? That's what singing and singeing are. Homonyms, that's right. Thank you. Singing and singeing are homonyms. Actually, fusion was maybe worth thinking about there. Meh. Plasma is not affected by focus, either positive or negative. That can be kind of huge. Dead. Just dead. Brain just immediately selects the upgrade. You know what, P-Star? You're not wrong to make that choice. I do think the curse is pretty bad and to be avoided in most situations. Take a chill here. Take a chill pill. Twitch chat. Even with the Hyper Beam, a bonus relic, a bonus ink bottle. Heck yeah. Let's upgrade the bullseye. We're going to have to avoid Hyper Beam at least initially against Hexagos. This might be the Focus Potion fight for us. And we rely on Bullseye plus Beam Cell to deliver early damage, finish off with Hyper Beam. That sounds right. Let's plan on using the Focus Potion here. I don't actually think we cleanly beat this fight without it. Although I could just go Beam Cell, Rebound, Hyper Beam, turn 1. Use the Weak Potion instead. That is 100 damage. And I have many turns to do some more. We just don't get any lightning orbs, is the thing. Alright. If you're going to give me this hand. This only goes to 3x6, huh? 16 or 5. Okay, so if we can draw Rebound Hyper Beam one more time, that's all we need. I'm not sure we're going to get that, though. Oh, it evokes for 3 damage twice? What a good day. The power. Bullseye did something. Okay, we get another Beam Cell Hyper Beam. That ought to be enough here. Kerpow. And we should probably play this, too. Make sure this is over soon. Surprised I still listen to game audio after all these hours. It is definitely something I've considered changing over the years, but ultimately, with the state of the online content industry, it's really the only choice that makes any sense to me, to continue to use the game audio. I think we're quite blessed that Spire has a remarkably listen-and-toable soundtrack. The orchestral notes are never harsh or grating, so I'm really not that tired of it, even though I've listened to it now for many thousands of hours, and I still love the battle tune for the heart. I think it's just remarkably well done. Hades 2 soundtrack could change everything. So, of the powers offered to us here, 3 powers, by the way, a very common sighting for Defect after a boss battle. I really like Machine Learning for being broadly useful no matter what. But we could also take Bias Cognition and get some serious focus with these orbs. To be the sort of anti-Hyper Beam, we use the Bias Cognition to scale up against bosses. We use the Hyper Beam to kill everything else. Is kind of the plan if we take the Bias Cog. Yeah, then we're in sort of an Orange Pellets waiting room, right? Or an Artifact waiting room. But the Machine Learning is just really nicely broadly useful. Depending on our Act boss... Is Darren Korb still the one that does Hades music? Yes. Yes, and I'm although Zagreus isn't probably going to be in Hades too. Darren Korb also did the voice of Zagreus in that game. Okay, I think I'll take the Machine Learning. And we get either Crown Singing Bowl. Interesting. Coffee Dripper. That's much more reasonable with Meal Ticket. Or Empty Cage, remove 2. I think that's extra valuable with the Warped Tongs. Every basic card that we remove is one card that can't be upgraded by Warped Tongs. Will there be a Hades 2, says Trainco? Yes, it was announced by by Supergiant Games recently. They are doing Hades 2. The lady protagonist this time. I think Hades is still on sale, or maybe the Steam sale just ended. It's the first time Supergiant is doing a sequel of one of their games. I think I like Dripper over Cage here. Energy is going to be really good with the extra draw as well. And more energy is also very good with Ink Bottle. Ink Bottle is a sort of like card multiplier. You can think of this as we get 10% more card draw as long as we're playing all of our cards. So the more cards we can play, the more cards we get to draw, which means more cards that we can play. Code Monkey Like You, thanks for the Prime sub. Welcome to the Cozy Sub Club. The Code Z Sub Club? Oh, these merchants are in truly terrible locations. Bummer. And it is Champ, also bummer. So, if we're going to beat Champ, we want to find either a reprogram or a creative AI to be able to beat him. Definitely want to go to one shop. This one looks like the best one. So let's mark you. No, not you. Mark you in red. Mark this in green. And we get to choose how many combats we want. Singing Bowl says take more fights. Full Potion Belt says take less fights. Any specific reason I don't play the mod characters? I like to keep content pretty vanilla where possible. The more mods I layer on top of the stream, the less accessible the content becomes. You know, you have to be not only familiar with Spire as a game, but then the modded content of the Spire. And I generally find that modded characters for Spire aren't quite up to the quality standards set by the original developers. No offense to anyone who's made a mod for Spire. It's just a really tricky thing to do. So I really enjoy playing the base 4 characters and trying to master them rather than playing a different dozen different modded characters. That said, if you want to see me play a modded character, we'll probably be doing that at the start of stream tomorrow. As now that the sub bar below my face is filled up, it's going to be a downfall day. Spork Revolution, thanks for the Prime sub. Welcome to the Cozy Sub Club. Okay, we'll start over here. Birds first, huh? Greetings, bird nerds. Prepare thyselves to be bonked. Hyper Beam only does 17. So Hyper Beam Strike kills one of them. I could play 4 defends, block for 23. Incoming damage is 26. So I'd have to also use the weak potion if I want a full block. Or I could just take the 3 or whatever. Chill coming next turn makes things kind of reasonable. So I think that's what I'm going to do, is block this turn, rather than trying to do a Hyper Beam aggro turn. We don't have quite enough damage down for the Hyper Beam to work. Are we mastering Downfall too? No. No. Let's see. We're relatively likely to get a potion. Yeah, I'm going to use the weak potion on the one with strength. I think it's often very reasonable to use a potion during your first combat in Act 2. Kind of unavoidable in some ways. Wow, that guy got destroyed. Beautiful fight. And ideally, I'd like to set up the ink bottle for the next fight so we can draw a card early on. This is a relic we'll want to apply some manipulation to wherever reasonably possible. Like so. Burgee, thanks for the tier 1 sub. We do get a potion back. Ooh, and a reinforced body, which is really nice to pair with machine learning and hyper beam and rebound. I'll be taking that. And William Sleegers, thanks for 1.5 years, metric-wise anyway, 15 months of support. And Old Beggar, thanks for the card remove. Actually considering losing Zap because of this hyper beam. Let's do that. Why is it good with machine learning? We're more likely to be able to draw it and have it as an option. More likely to be able to retain it or rebound it. And we're more likely to want to pick up energy-generating cards, too. I hope you do better this time, friend, he shouts. Wondering what was implied by this. You push forward. What could he mean by that? Take the extra combat here. I'm feeling all right. Have a blap. Oh, another reason to keep the reinforced body is that we can play it for 0 energy and it counts towards the ink bottle. That's not a huge reason to want it, but it is a small reason. Tempting. I think I'm going to keep the potion, though. Don't love adding a bunch of days to the raw pile, but we're drawing base 6. We should be okay. Okay. Strike, strike, kills. Good. We do get a potion. All right. And we're offered another reinforced body. Do I want 2 of them? Not yet, I don't. No, not yet I don't. I know we need 2 for mastery, but we're not feeling that comfortable yet. An odd creature with a hunched back sprouting several tentacles is scrounging through a pile of trash and debris in front of you. As you approach, he shuffles forward in a non-threatening manner. Inloth hungry. Feed Inloth. Can either give Inloth a cup of coffee or trade our meal ticket so that he can go to the shop and get his own meal. These are not exactly things I want to give you. The meal ticket is kind of what's enabling the coffee dripper to be good. That said, more rare cards is kind of nice with Defect. It improves our odds of seeing a second copy of one of these 2. But I don't think we make the trade here. And with the Singing Bowl, I don't even mind our card rewards not being empowered that much. So, be gone. And give me the snack. That was an easy fight. 34. Easy. Second beam cell or turbo? I think we want this turbo. Turbo to go with reinforced body. Turbo to be a 0-cost card. Yes. We want turbo. Turbo is going to make hologram very good. Yes. Alright, and we have lots of health. We have good cards. We have Ink Bottle on 9. I think this all speaks to going for this elite fight. Let's do it. It's a Book of Stabbing. Definitely the worst of the elites for us to face. And yet... Oh, the rebound. The rebound. I think we go Hyper Beam, Machine Learning, Defend here. Reinforced Body is going to come in clutch next turn, probably. Malunka! Thanks for the 2 months of support. What a name, what a player. Oh no. I didn't draw it. Well, that would seem to be a slight issue. Oh boy. Ouch. Book of Stabbing, you are cruel. When you want to be. It's just the way of things. This is 35. We can block 13 plus 18. No, we need to block for the full amount. Okay. Smiling Mask and Meal Ticket means shops are nice. We're offered a Glacier, Recycle, or Darkness. Oh boy, I might want to take Darkness just to beat Champ with. I have Bullseye. Champ's coming up real soon. That seems kind of important, actually. What about Recycle? Does Recycle beat Champ? It should, actually. Yeah, it should. Thoughts on Monster Train worth a buy? Absolutely. I would argue it's the second best deck-building roguelike after Spire, which is very high praise. Have I ever skipped instead of taking the 2 max health? There are very, very few situations where it's useful. I don't think I've ever done this personally, but you might want to skip taking 2 max health if, for example, you have the Red Skull on Ironclad, giving you strength below half health, and the 2 max health shifts the threshold for half health at the wrong moment, but that's a really contrived scenario. I'm glad the option's there, though. When we play Slay the Streamer, Twitch chat is very happy that the devs implemented a separate button, because they pick skip instead of 2 max health. Yeah, maybe against Hexaghost as well. There's an argument. Okay, let's take Recycle over Darkness. I think doing Darkness against Champ is only going to barely get there. Wait, I have an Essence of Darkness. I didn't need to take either of those cards. Dang it. Also, we're getting bodied here. Ow. I might be dead very soon, actually. Shoot. Recycle still can do some good things, definitely. And it will help against Champ, for sure. Not bad, by any means. Oops. Fine. I am indeed human. Next fight's going to be the Elite. I really want to make sure that is set up properly. The ink bottle, that is set up properly. Good. There's Hologram. Okay. Hologram, excellent. We get upgrade, upgrade. Have to beat an Elite. This could be Slavers. I don't know if we're going to succeed, but my hope is that Hyper Beam and Bag of Marbles will save us. We're going to upgrade probably Recycle and Hologram here. Could veer right. That's true, actually. There's this way. We could get a heal here. Ah. Hey, there's healing. Heal 2 at the start of each combat. Helps a little bit. And I might actually want to upgrade Reinforced or something. No, we'll upgrade. Or Turbo. We upgrade Hollow before Champ. Okay, it's Grim Leader, and we're not getting attacked turn 1, and we didn't draw any damage cards turn 1. Uh-oh. My Essence of Darkness here. We've got Recycle for Champ, so I don't need the Essence of Darkness for that fight. But it probably won't kill the Sneaky Gremlin anyway. Shoot. Yeah, so I don't even want to dual cast. Technically, no, I want to do. I want to reduce that thing's health. And then we need Ink Bottle as high as possible. Am I so desperate that I'll play Turbo for the Ink Bottle value? No, I'm not. All right, Grim Leader will attack here for 11 by 3. We might be dead, depending on what we draw. We'll see. That looks pretty good. Chill in the Focus Pot keeps me in the game. And I'm very happy to spend my potions here. I won't be playing Hyper Beam this turn. Okay, that hurt. What is this? Hologram Rebound, Hyper Beam? That looks right. Thank you for not murdering me. Whew! Okay, we're alive. Get Calipers. And Meteor Strike. Let's do it. It's pretty exciting. Ooh, and membership card. And a Liquid Memories. Something to recycle, perhaps more importantly, something to give us three Plasma Orbs that we can then use to create block with Reinforced Body that we can then to keep with Calipers. 25 gold removes, I wish. Unfortunately, the membership card does not stack with the Smiling Mask, so note the card remove is 50 gold. If I buy the membership card, it'll still be 50 gold. Doesn't change. But it's still a good purchase. We can buy card remove and Liquid Memories. Liquid Memories to get back the Meteor Strike, crucially. Let's lose some of these basic strikes. Seems like an oversight. Well, the phrasing on Smiling Mask is quite accurate. It says the removal service always costs 50 gold. I think that phrasing is quite deliberate. I hope 22 health is enough for a champ. Ooh, we can transform 2 cards. Get rid of 2 more strikes here. Doesn't Courier pair with Smiling Mask? No, Smiling Mask. If you have Smiling Mask, the card removal is 50. Never changes. It's a service, not a product. Ooh, All for One Infusion. Interesting. All for One returns Turbo, Recycle, and Beam Cell, and potentially Dual Cast. I like that. I like that a lot. And the Fusion makes it easier to play our... Meteor Strike. Apparently very difficult to remember the name of that. What do I do? EQ Defend Defend? Seems questionable. No, it's gotta be EQ Defend Strike, of course, you fool. Draw to 10 cards. There we go. Turbo is here. And All for One to return it. So All for One gets back Beam Cell and the other thing. And I'm going to draw 1 soon as well. I think that's a good reason to play the Meteor Strike then, huh? Assault all for one first. I'm not going to worry about the chance we get back recycle. You're next. Seems pretty good to me. We're just maxing out the ink bottle as best we can there. Doom and Gloom, Barrage, Steam Barrier. I think I just want a little bit more health for Champ. I think Champ's going to go quite smoothly with the recycle. All we have to do is survive the initial draw through where we get the machine learning in play and get plasma orbs down. But now that we're down to only one strike, we should do pretty well on average here. We also need to make sure we upgrade Hologram so that we can beat Champ by repeatedly hologramming Recycle. And we actually did really good job here to rebound Recycle turn 1. I could draw it by playing the Turbo, but I don't want to do that. Let's just take 9 turn 1. Don't kill me turn 2, please. I've got stuff to do. Thank you for being merciful. Play the Fusion of the Machine Learning. I could use All for One on Turbo to do both. Let's just play Fusion. Alright, we want to get rid of anything that interacts with non-plasma orbs. So we'll recycle the Ball Lightning, the Bullseye, all that stuff here. And then do a big reinforced body at the end. The Turbo reinforced for even more block? Probably should. Put those calipers to work. Play this just so we don't get it again. Definitely play this too. Hologram Recycle. Get rid of a Defend. And we can Champ further or block. We can Champ further. Want to get Champ close to half health here. So our goal in this fight is to accumulate lots of block with the calipers. We're going to do that by creating huge amounts of energy and playing a reinforced body. Like so. And then we'll offensively play Hyper Beam and Meteor Strike over and over again to kill Champ quickly. Recycle that. We're supposed to rebound that, but we can rebound Meteor Strike if we want to. Don't think I do want to. Build your own runic pyramid. They said. It'll be fun, they said. Get rid of Fusion. Let's start being aggro here. There, that ought to give me enough block to survive the first execute, and we're going to push damage here as harsh as we can. If I recycle all for one, I have 6 energy. So I can get back the Meteor Strike and play it again. Which lets me then play Hyper Beam. Good. 27 Pi do. We've got 70 block already. Odd Mushrooms helping us here. Kind of forgot about that. More blocking. Eagle Crane, thanks for the 7 months of the Prime sub. Appreciate you keeping it cozy. Yeah, where's ice cream when you need it, eh? Bonk. GG. Alright, we get through champ without too much difficulty. That recycle really doing the work there to thin the deck down as needed. There's second Hyper Beam for us, and if we want to go fully negative focus build, that will work pretty well. Or second Machine Learning. Actually like both of those quite a lot. I think I might even prefer the second Machine Learning to the second Hyper Beam. More card draw will really make this deck operate more smoothly. So let's take another Machine Learning here. I think that'll be the harder card to master anyway. Corey, thanks for the Prime sub. Welcome to the Cozy Sub Club. Do I Pandora's Box the remaining 5 starter cards? Or do I take more energy during boss and elite fights? More energy means more blocking with reinforced body. If that's the way that we're looking to beat the late game combats, I think more energy per turn is going to be huge. 7 draw, 5 energy per turn is what we'll be operating on. That's pretty big. Sako Manero, thanks for the 4 months. Appreciate you keeping it cozy. Y'all are way too kind with the support these days. Yeah, P-Bucks for 5 is not bad, but I think not good enough. Not compared to the power of more energy. And indeed, we already have cheap removes, although they're not that cheap because of the membership card compared to other stuff, right? Like, it's more money for a remove than it is for a potion. For example. See, pellets would be amazing. Pellets would be incredible for a couple of reasons. And I get healing from shops anyway. We already have our green key, so why not do something like this? Or we could go this way for another event. I want events more than combats. I would imagine that I do. And then we can go to a third shop if we want to. Doom Train, thanks for the gifted sub. To Scamos 15. Heck yeah. Should have dual cast first, my bad. Is it worth playing Recycle and drawing a card? No. Unless that card were Beam Cell. It weren't. It weren't Beam Cell. Actually, kill it with more cards rather than fewer. Less is more. No, no, and no. Oh! Got membership cards, so that's a lot of money. There's a shop on the next floor. And we can go to 3 shops this act. That's a lot of reasons to take 999 gold. I'm not planning on mastering the normality. I don't think this deck can survive keeping them. But just taking the money is ridiculous here. And I don't actually have to fight 2 elites either. We can avoid one of them, and we can go this way. And indeed, we do have Recycle. Can it really be this easy? I think it could be. If there were a mod that made a note for yourself up here on high ascension, would I use it for this challenge? That would be fun. Yeah, I would do that. I think it'd be very unlikely it would actually make a big difference too, so why not? Dark Shackles looks pretty good. Pocket Watch looks pretty good. How do I feel about Runic Capacitor? Seems irrelevant. Actually, wait. No, it's amazing. Hold on. Because I can get more Plasma Orbs. Artivore is pretty good too. What about Multicast? If only it came back with All for One. It's still ridiculous, though. We can break this card so hard. I think that's it. I don't want a second All for One. Okay. We really want a second Reinforced Body now, or an Ice Cream, as aforementioned. Alright, this would be a great time for remove all curses. Sensory Stone. Happy to look at 3. With Singing Bowl, we can skip these for max health, if nothing else, although I really like Secret Technique. Double Dark Shackles is tempting. What about Transmutation? I'll think about that. Transmutation. Impatience doesn't seem that good. Thinking Ahead's okay. Does the remove curse event appear in A20? Yes. Could get 2 Swift Strikes, huh? Yes, we could. Not gonna do that. So bad with normality, but so good with all this energy. There's a lot of weird stuff we can do with this. I like it. I don't know if that's a good choice, but I like it. Okay, thank goodness we have one easy fight. Did that in the wrong order. It's fine. There's a second Reinforced. Perfect. Means we can even recycle one Reinforced Body to double energy and get an even bigger Reinforced to land. This actually might be more combats overall. But I think we should do one purely. Less chance of running into Reptomancers is good in my book. You happen upon a group of what look like purple fire spirits dancing around a large bonfire. The spirits toss small bones and fragments into the fire, which brilliantly erupts each time. So, in this event, what you get is dependent on the rarity of card you give up. Give up a common card with a gray top like Beam Cell, you get 5 health. Give up an uncommon card with a blue sash like Chill, you get a full heal. Give up a rare card with a yellow sash on top, you'll get 10 max health and a full heal. But give up a curse card, and you get something unpleasant. The charred remains of your offering to the spirits. You toss an offering to the bonfire. However, the spirits aren't happy that you offered a curse. The card fizzles a meek black smoke, and we receive a something in return. It is us, the Poop Master. So I think I'm secret techniquing for this card? And then playing Turbo? 8 random colorless card that cost 0. What do you got? Looks pretty good. Got the bomb, got sadistic nature. Ooh, there's Hyper Beam. Let's put that back on top, please. At the very end here. Please weaken the Reptomancer. She'll be attacking us next turn. Hyper Beam will kill all the daggers, so... fine. We could also put Panic Button on top. But then I'm not killing the orbs, so that seems like the daggers. That seems like a bad plan. Play these for the ink bottle. Okay. And that's a full block that even gets me the pocket watch. If I'm willing to take 2, I could get the void out of my discard pile additionally. Let's do that. Take 2 damage, lose this void. Still draw 8. So, return to our hand would be, oh, quite a few cards, actually. Putting Blind? Blind's pretty good. And Turbo. That'll do. Remember, we draw 7 as well. Okay. 26. I don't think I can do 26. It's unfortunate. We can just block this with the Reinforced, probably. We also get one more card after I play the Turbo. What is it? Multicast. That doesn't really do anything, but I can recycle it for even more energy. Yes, that does do something. 18 energy. Reinforced body. Let's go. Just gotta draw the Hyper Beam. I block. Very cool how this deck has transformed. This is not at all what we started it with, deck-wise, but it is what we've evolved into, and I absolutely love it. Do we go for 3rd Machine Learning, though? That's my question. Are we fighting Awakened 1? Because that would be... No, we can still beat Awakened 1 with 3 Machine Learnings. Hell yeah. That's probably the max, though. I don't want 4. Actually, 2 was probably enough with Pocket Watch. Whatever. Tis all good. Don't really want to transmutate here. It's also another recycle target, this thing. Man, I really like this deck upon review. I can also play it for 0 to get rid of it. Love that. Absolutely love that. Just draw 10. Just draw 10. Chart is awesome. Thanks for the half year of support. The 6 months. Appreciate you. This. Make sure we're still doing damage, too. So here's an example of the stupid stuff we can do with this deck now. We can go Rebound, Multicast. Secret Technique, Multicast again. Now I have 24 energy with which to reinforce Body Plus. Negative focus Tempest when, they say. Not sure I want that, actually. You know? Might not be optimal. You cannot hurt me. Strength Pot could help a little bit. None of these help much. Although we don't have 2 rebounds currently. Alright, I think we're going to make it to the second shop nice and easy. We beat Repto. We don't even have to remove the Stinky Curse, for there is no Stinky Curse. Meteor Strike Dummy. Alas, we got to take the Sapphire Key. For shame. For shame. Okay, friendo. How about you don't hurt me? And we'll call it a tie. How's that? At least we don't have Runic Dome this time. What a yikes that was. Late swerve into Parasite Mastery. Dolly's Mirror the Parasite. Make it happen. I really hope we get a Chemical X. This would be an amazing run for a Chem X. I'll stop there, actually. Oh, it was in the first shop? Oh, no! Truly sadness has befallen us here. Did I misinterpret what just happened there? Did it reroll into Curse twice? Or did I missee that? Must have misseen that. That's weird. It was attacking first. Okay, that's what I thought. Make sure you always have one attack ready to dispatch the Curse Intent if it happens. My hand is too full. Charge battery's not good enough for this deck. There it is. Orange pellets. There's even bias cognition to go with it. I don't know if I want the bias cog necessarily, but I do want the orange pellets, which says whenever we play a power, attack, and skill in the same turn, remove all of our debuffs. That's good. I think Master Strategy is very good as well. Madness could be okay. Why no bias? Because if we play the Hyper Beam, we'll lose any positive focus we have. Even if we purge the bias debuff. The main thing these orange pellets are doing for me personally is making this speed potion permanent in the hard fight, letting us get massive amounts of block that way. Definitely take the Centennial puzzle here. Looks like we're going to be mostly at full health with the meal ticket. I don't need the feather. I will remove that last strike. Okay, that looks good to me. And we're rich enough, I'm actually going to go to one more shop, I think. Well, 2 more shops, technically. Offered Winding Halls. That could be our Madness Mastery. We do have infinite pieces, so we could do some crazy stuff with Madnesses. I'm fighting Time Eater? I'm not going to do that. Frozen Eye seems pretty good. Let's get rid of Ball Lightning. Feels weird to remove a Ball Lightning, but here we are. Could go second Speed Potion. Though I like the 1-in-1 we have currently. Do I want Bird-Faced Urn? Doesn't feel necessary. Likewise, the Ornamental Fan doesn't feel necessary, although playing lots of cards, this would be nice for. It's only a little bit of extra block, and we have a block mechanism already that's going to be overwhelming. This is just adding... tinkling into the ocean, so to speak. Would you rather fight 1 bird-faced urn or 100 urn-faced birds? Good question. I like how many cards I just drew. That's a good draw. I don't like what cards we just drew, but I do like that we drew them. Actually, this is a full block. Well, that seems nice. Let's just do this. Draw me 10 more cards, please. Sweet Bolt. That's how recycling an X-cost card works? Yes, it is. Recycling an X-cost card gives you energy equal to X, where X is your current energy. So it's kind of like a double energy. But potentially more badass. This turn 1 seems a little suspect. I'll take it. Please don't... actually, I'll recycle you later. Okay, that's fine. So I want this to be Beam Cell, Meteor Strike, Machine Learning. Draw 10. Draw 10... Actually, no, draw 9, because of the drawdown. And I didn't draw power. But I can just do 6 times 8. Could even do Fusion Dark Shackles, Reinforce, but then I only have 1 card per next turn. Let's not do that. Ouch. That is painful. Let's recycle one, I guess. Take 25. We should beat the second boss pretty easily, though. And we'll beat Time Eater pretty good as soon as we can find, there we go, our reinforced body again. How would we like this to go? Just rebound the reinforced. Zero cards in the draw pile. Get rid of this. Let's make it 3 cards next turn. Alright, I think we're pretty safe now. Shouldn't take any more damage this fight. Rebound, hologram, get a void, play reinforced. The blocketing. This is one of my favorite ways to do late game Defect. Such a kind of creative victory condition here. Now we can focus on damage, finally. Get rid of that. Do some damage. Not that it matters. I love that our base draw is 8 without Pocket Watch. It's good stuff. Spooky Monster, thanks for the tier 1 sub. And Captain America, thanks for 7 months of keeping it cozy. Heck yeah. You're all too kind. Bonk. Bottle on 0 for the next boss fight. You can do a bit better than that. Conquest, thanks for the 8 months and the Prime sub. Appreciate ya. Alright, the Awakened one should be a lot easier here because of recycle scaling. I will be playing some of, maybe only 2 out of 3 machine learnings here. We're definitely going to need some extra card draw. Let's just do that for turn 1. Take a bit, draw 10. Actually, we're already drawing. Yeah, we're going to draw a full 10. And get bonus energy. Works for me. Any advice for a first-year computer science student? Computer science was a long time ago. Chat might have better advice than I do. Check your work. In some by some means is a good one. Don't think you cannot know C, even if they say you do. If they say you need to know it, yeah. Don't skip the required rating. Is a good one. Do I get rid of transmutation here? That's a great Dark Shackles turn. Computer science is definitely a field where the knowledge base builds on itself. Fundamentals like various commands in your language or important formatting requirements will perpetuate into feature assignments and tasks that you need to do. So making sure that you understand the fundamentals before you start trying to build more complicated stuff is pretty important. AKA, don't fall behind. Don't skip chapters or anything like that. And learn how to troubleshoot, because there will be bugs. No human has ever produced code that was flawless the first time through. Unfortunately. I did want to recycle transmutation, didn't I? Oh well. Let's just retain it. Play the one that's not upgraded. 3x4, sure. Let's get rid of transmutation. No, I want to keep it. Perfect block, too. That's cool. Good. Alright, so all for one returns 1, 2, 3 cards. That's not very much. Should play turbo first, that's fine. Here we are. Fair enough. Fair enough. Scatman614, thanks for the Prime sub. Welcome to the Cozy Sub Club. All right, and a dad joke for the crowd, inspired by the current conversation. A computer science student walks into their exam room carrying a pair of glasses. What are those for? The teacher remarks. You've never brought those before. I thought we needed these, said the student. You said we needed to see sharp. Making a spectacle of myself with that punchline. Oof. I give that joke a C++. Doesn't matter. Probably should have at least played the defend, though. Alright, and here we can do the Omega Super Hyper Ridiculous turn. Cycle this, then then dual cast, multicast. It's gonna take a while, and I apologize, Twitch chat. Hologram the multicast. Is this 9? Yeah, this is gonna be over 999 block, actually. It's too much block. Guess I'm gonna get more water while this plays. I think I can queue the no, I gotta wait for this to finish. I shouldn't queue up the reinforced body before this animation finishes, or I'm gonna be in a world of hurt. So we must be a little patient. I almost made a big mistake there. If I queue the card up too soon, the game will think I have 0 energy. Alright. I'm gonna get some water. Be right back. Alright, I seem to have a lot of block. Seems good. Welcome to Bonk Town. Seems like the 9s were getting bigger. We definitely want this to be a bigger number, though. Bonk. Oh wait, that was only phase 1. Oh no, I have to do this again? Bummer. Pretty good damage, though. We did over 200 that turn. That'll be damage camp against Heart. It's a good sign. Alright, GG. Awakened 1. Two thump, two thump, two thump, a deep pulsing dread can be felt out the room. Is this the heart of the spire, the source of all this energy gain? Have I been here before, you ask, as the heart retreats, fleeing from your ridiculous block total. Get one last upgrade. Could upgrade one of the machine learnings, but that feels kind of unimportant. Secret technique upgrade to ensure it doesn't get exhausted so that we can get it back with all for one is pretty important. Let's do that. Carl Kamori, thanks for the 3 months. Awaken 1? No, Awaken lost. That's right. Ooh, and I could even block vulnerable outright with the Clockwork Souvenir. The relics we have give us more energy. I don't know if I need more energy, but they're an option here. Nice and cheap stack is curious, also unneeded though. Second recycle to give us recycle mastery. I don't dislike that at all, actually. I think that's quite good. Do we go for all for one mastery if I'm going to do that too? Yeah, let's do it. And then I can't afford the Clockwork Souvenir. That's a little worrying. What about blind? Am I going to need that? I don't think I'm going to need that. Icon on the top right, that's our potion chance, which is currently at 100% because we have the White Beast statue. Which should remind me to use the liquid memories during this fight then. Oof, that's a crap turn 1. You can do better than that game, right? No, you can't. Shoot. Currently draw 9. If I take puzzle, I'll draw 1 more. 1 more doesn't seem worth it. What are the all-for-one's purpose here? Getting back the recycle and the secret technique, mainly. Wait, I only drew 6. Oh, no. I busted that up. That was a bad idea. Shoot. Can't do math very well, but I can reinforce body pretty well, so that works out. Go to 10, block 70. That's a full block. And a pocket watch. I'll take it. And a Part of War. Okay, this turn looks really good. Beam Cell, Turbo, Recycle. Ooh, and I can rebound the all for one. Get back 1, 2, 3 cards. Sure, rebound. All for one. Beam Cell. Turbo. Recycle the Equilibrium. Question mark? Trying to figure out whether I'm allowed to play Meteor Strike. We'll block for a 7x7 49. Take a little bit. An affordable little bit. And that might even be a good thing. Okay. And this would be the optimal time to use the Liquid Memories then, probably. Or I could even use Liquid Memories on a different card. On, Hologram would let me full block here. Deal. Deal. So I'm at all for one, that's fine. Completely passive turn out of these two. I'll take it. Chill will block the burns. We just go chill, machine learning. All for one? Question mark? Get back the recycle and stuff. Chill, machine learning, multicast. Just get some damage on spear. Seems fine. This turn could be really bad, depending. Or really good. Again, depending. $36 twice will not be enough, huh? Turn around with Dark Shackles, but you have Artifact, so let's get the body again. Is that a kill? Yes. Excellent. Excellent. There's still burns in here. He's out of here. No burns in my deck. Thank you. How important is the ink bottle setup? Probably pretty important. That'll do. +1 strength augments our damage a little bit. We're offered second multicast. We don't have multicast mastery in this deck, and I'd love to get it here. So let's do it. Let's add the second multicast. Which might even get us to the block cap faster. And have a good time. ×2? You know what I just noticed, Twitch chat? I've got Frozen Eye. What are we drawing? Multicast, multicast. Equilibrium next turn. And yes, we also have orange pellets, which are important here. We draw them this turn with Puzzle. Don't think I want to do that. Fortunately, Secret Technique is so very far away. So this looks like Defend, then Recycle, then Reinforced. Retain a little bit of block, draw 8 cards. Presumably to here, but who knows. It's a great idea, Scoopikins. I thought about using beta art as a way to track mastery. Problem with that is that I don't want to use lots of beta art on the stream, as I think it would get too visually cluttered. But I do really like that idea, though. Yeah, I do really like that idea. Okay, multi-hit is first, so we can use the... Although I retained block, huh? Dark Shackles is 3 down. Interesting. So, this is the turn for the speed potion, for sure, Z's. Because we're going to play Machine Learning and Recycle and one of these attacks, presumably Rebound. And the All-for-One returns Beam Cell. We're also playing the All-for-One. So we're going to get rid of Bullseye with Recycle. Use this now. Got Odd Mushroom, so removing the Vulnerable will not actually reduce the damage the heart is doing, because we're already kind of taking a reduced amount. It's cute. But I can Equilibrium for a huge amount here. That'll help. Next turn we have the Reinforced Body, but our energy won't be started yet. Looks like we're going to take a bit of a hit. Although with the Equilibrium, I get to retain... Ooh. I'm excited. Although I'm drawing Void, huh? Maybe I rebound the Equilibrium? That might be necessary. Understood. Skill... Power attack. Yeah, I think I'm going to rebound the Equilibrium here. Take 6. We have 3 cards in hand, we'll draw 7. 1 up to the Master strategy, which then gets me here. And then Ink Bottle gets me to the Machine Learning. The only way to draw more is to remove cards from my hand, but I really don't want to lose any of these cards. We need the Hyper Beam for damage, we need the Recycle Multicast for the combo. So, I think we just allow that. And then retain one more time. Seems fine. It's a Master Strategy Plus, though. So I can actually draw to that All-for-One. Which would get me back the Recycle. That's true, we could have used the Attack Potion to recycle a thing, but then I wouldn't be able to recycle this turn. So I don't like that very much. Yeah, I do want that Master strategy to draw a lot. Okay, so let's recycle this multicast. Play this. Play... No, not this yet, because of Ink Bottle. Play the Slimes now. For that card. Play this, play this. There we go. Machine Learning, All-for-One. Which gets me back the Recycle to get rid of the Wound. And the Beam Cell. Not sure I'm going to use the Attack Potion. It adds a card. Seems kind of undesirable. Although there's a few cards that would be okay, like Go for the Eyes this turn. can always skip, right? There's a skip button. Core Surge is fine. Not that we need the artifact, but it's free damage. Now, free-ish. Looks like we'll take a bit of a hit here, but we get so well set up, I don't think it matters much. Could opt for Dark Shackles just to get the card out of the deck, too. That also seems worthwhile, since it's saving health this turn, too. Could even recycle Hyper Beam. We're not doing that, though. I'm recycling Wounds. Get rid of this, too. Okay, I feel pretty good. We got a lot of stuff destroyed in the proper way here. Meteor Strike being the literal bottom card's a bit awkward. See, I'm not allowed to play this, right? That's right. Allowed to play one Hyper Beam. If I go Turbo Defend, I still can't play the Meteor Strike. Okay. Let's just do this then. Alright, I think all the statuses are gone, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. So the deck is pure. Pure goodness. Locked away for us to use here. Want to get some more Plasma Orbs. I'm thinking Equilibrium, recycle one of the All-for-Ones or the Fusion, get Meteor Strike into my hands. And also Secret Technique, get Turbo here. That seems even better. And then these All-for-Ones are going to put in big work. Oh, and I'm even able to get Secret Technique a couple more times, right? So we can do some serious nonsense here. Do I recycle Meteor Strike? No. Okay, I'll do it this way then. Ow. It's a lot of garbage in the discard pile. Let's maybe get rid of one of those voids. $14 times 34 would be good here. $420. Blaze it. So much garbage in this deck. All right, Recycles, you've finally done your job. Now it's time for one of you to get rid of the other. Actually, let's get rid of Turbo first. Then use All for One to return the Recycle. Use Recycle to destroy the Recycle. Play Beam Cell. rebound. Use recycle to get rid of one of the all-for-ones. This doesn't even matter. Bonk. No skills in the draw pile, just 3 attacks. Fair enough. It's as defect as it gets. GG, Twitch chat. GG, Mr. Hart. What a run, and what a set of masteries we've just unlocked. Machine learning, cross it off the list. All for one, cross it off the list. Multicast, cross it off the list. Good stuff. GG, Twitch chat. What a run. What a run. Good times were had by all. And recycle and reinforced body. GG. GG. And we didn't even need Inloth's stinky gift. That's right. GG, everybody. GG. K Delta, after that run, the Heart's going to be the one who needs a multicast for all their broken limbs or broken veins. That almost works. Or poopy, though. Has it been done? The spire sleepeth, and so shall I. GG. GG. What a beautiful run. So many different relics. We got Meow's Lament done, Warp Tongs done, Odd Mushroom done, and Spirit Poop done. Amongst others. I was hoping we might be able to get one of these colorless rare cards done, but I'll take the multicast and the machine learning very happily. Very, very happily. All right, hopefully Phaley is around to update the spreadsheet. If not, I'll get it after the break. I am going to take a few minutes here at Twitch chat to refresh myself. I did just get a water refill during the reinforced body play, but I need to use the bathroom and stuff. So, be back in a few minutes. Upon my return, it's going to be Watcher time. I've got many cards left to master with her, so perhaps this will be the day we master reality. Bailey is around. Excellent. Excellent. Good stuff. All right, then. Back in a few. Upon my return, more Spire. Don't go nowhere, Twitch chat.